Hi, I'm Jeff, Customer Success Manager at GoPinLeads, here with your live Wednesday webinar. And this week is an exciting new format where I'm going to be showing you how quickly you can develop the lists you need on GoPinLeads. This week, you're going to be able to see me developing 2 entire databases in less than 20 minutes. It's going to be really quick, it's going to be really powerful, and my intention here is to really show you how much you can get done in a short space of time. I want to make sure that you're being as productive as possible and wasting as few resources as possible as well. So before we begin, I want to encourage each and every one of you to go ahead, if you are still watching on GoPinLeads.com, click on the YouTube logo within the video window. This is going to launch YouTube into youtube.com itself, allowing you to follow along in the live chat and really interact with me as we go along. I've got something special for the most active person in the comments today, and I will be giving that to you via email. So at the end, I'll give you my email address and you can send me a message to claim your prize if you are announced as the most active person in the comments today. Remember, when you launch through to YouTube, it'll look something like this. YouTube's own website, and on the right-hand side is the live chat, and you can go ahead and comment and increase your chances of winning that special treat I have in store for you. So as I mentioned, I'm going to be going ahead and showing you how to get 2 databases in 20 minutes. The time I make it now is just 5 minutes past the hour, and so I'm going to go ahead and dive straight in to creating these lists for you. Press go on your stopwatch. It's 5 minutes past the hour on my side. Let's go ahead and have a look for these awesome leads. So I'm sure all of you have joined me now on youtube.com. This is how you can go ahead and make sure that you are following along in the best way possible. Open youtube.com by pressing the YouTube logo within the video window that you're watching me on. This will allow you to launch through to YouTube and interact live in the chat. So, as I said before, it's 5 minutes past the hour, and I'm going to go ahead and conduct my first search. I'm looking for storage facilities near Bristol in the UK. And storage facilities are very abundant in the UK because space is limited. And if you are a business looking for this type of company, you can use GoPinLeads Chrome extension to really get the most out of your set of leads. Let me give us a bit more screen real estate here. What I'm doing here quickly is just removing my taskbar so we can see a bit more on the screen at all times. So at 6 minutes past the hour, start your stopwatches. Here we go. We are doing storage facilities near Bristol in the UK. You get 2 options here. What contact details do you want to receive? If you select all contact details, we'll only charge you for 1 email per contact that we find. The remaining ones will be free. So here you go. If you choose just email, we will find only email addresses for you. And if we find more than 1 email address per contact, then we'll go ahead and give you all of them. Bear in mind that you will be charged for every email address that we find. And that's at 1 credit per. For this example, I'm going to go ahead and select all contact details, and that's going to allow me to press the next button, capture my Google Maps results. This takes me through to the Businesses tab, and on the Businesses tab, I'm going to press Select All to pull all these 20 results from the first page of Google into GoPinLeads. I'm going to crack on and go to the next page in Google's results, and go back to GoPinLeads to pull them through. Pressing Select All will give me all of those leads pulling through straight into the GoPinLeads Chrome extension. Now, if you want to remove some of these, you can just click the individual checkboxes next to their names. This will remove them from the list, and you can see this happening because the count of businesses selected will decrease. When I reselect all, you'll see it goes back up. I'm going to go ahead and look for some subsequent pages in my search, and this is really going to make sure that I'm pulling as many results from Google as possible. I'm going to show you what the tool does to remind you to do this process. At every step of the way, we want to make sure that you are fully equipped with the knowledge of what's happening in your search. So I've gone through to the next page and the next page and the next page of Google Maps, and I've got 119 businesses selected already. That took me all of 2 minutes. Then I'm going to press continue. And this is where the tool steps in to remind you that you might not have visited all the pages in the Google Maps results like I was showing you there. I keep this warning up because I do these webinars weekly and I like to show this screen. You can, however, get rid of it by selecting Don't Show This Again, or if you're not sure what to do, you can watch a video tutorial. Pressing continue anyway takes me through to the Employees tab. Now, this is where the tool starts loading through the employees who work at these storage facilities near Bristol. When I go ahead and press select all, you can see that the employees that were already loaded have been selected. I'm going to deselect all though and scroll down to find the Load More button. Pressing Load More will allow me to do exactly that, load more employees who work at these businesses. You can keep doing this until the Load More button exhausts itself, or until the leads absolutely are all you need. If you're wanting to keep track of how many employees have been loaded before you press Load More, you can press Select All. And here you can see 119 businesses and 33 employees have been selected. I want more though, because I want to show you just how fast you can get a full comprehensive database, including everybody that you're looking for. Pressing Load More is going to make sure that the tool is scraping as many details as possible. While I'm doing this, I want to encourage all of you to go ahead and interact with me in the live chat in this webinar today. If you're not sure how to do that, all you need to do is go ahead and click on the YouTube logo within the video you're watching me in. It should be in the progress bar at the bottom of the window. When you click the YouTube logo, it'll launch through to youtube.com and the webinar will continue to play. You'll then be able to interact with me in the live comments and win that special something that I've got waiting for you. I promise you, you won't want to miss out on this. So I've come to the end of my possible lead scraping here. You can see the Load More button has disappeared. I've got 119 businesses and 75 employees. This together comes up to 194 credits. When I press Finish, you'll be able to capture all of these. You can also do some really cool little tricks here by changing your email address that you want this list to go to. Perhaps you want to send it to your sales team or a particular member in your team. You can also send it to yourself at an alternative email address. Pressing Create Report gets the wheels turning, and this allows us to start generating your database into GoPinLeads. So when you see this, your report is ready and waiting for you in your inbox. Press Show Report. That'll launch through into app.gopinleads.com and will log you in and will show you the results of the search that you've just conducted. On the screen, you can see it says we're generating your report. It may take a few minutes. You can continue using GoPinLeads while you wait. We will let you know when the result is ready. Now, to get to this point, it's taken us roughly 6 to 7 minutes, and I'm going to, while this is loading, show you another search using GoPinLeads that is going to make all the difference in your life. So the next one that I'm going to do is marketing agencies near Brighton. This is going to allow me to make sure I'm getting all of the results for marketing agencies located in and around Brighton in the United Kingdom. I'm focusing on the United Kingdom today. You could use the tool for any area in the world. For example, I'm currently sitting in Thailand. Now, an important thing to note is that when you're searching for results in foreign countries, for example, if I was to look for results here in Thailand, what I would need to do is try and write my search in the local language. And this would allow me to make sure that I'm getting as many results as possible, because remember, locals communicate with locals in their own language. It's an important distinction to remember. Here, though, I'm going to go ahead and open GoPinLeads. I've got my first page of results from Google, and I'm going to press Start a New Search. To show you the difference in how these lists are generated, I'm going to go ahead and press Just Email this time. Remember, if you choose all contact details, we will charge you for 1 email per contact we find. The remaining contacts will be free. When I choose Just Email, we'll find more than 1 email address per contact, and each email address we find will be charged at 1 credit. Bear in mind, you won't be getting phone numbers and other details if you choose this option. I'm going to go ahead and press Capture my Google Maps results, because I want to start harnessing everything I'm seeing in Google Maps into GoPinLeads. Pressing Select All lets me grab all the first 20 results, and then I'm going to go ahead and press the Next button. This will allow me to load, as I said before, the next page in the Google Maps results. Going in, I'm going to open GoPinLeads and press Select All again. Now, this one I'm going to go through a lot faster than the last one I did, because you've seen it in slow motion, and now I want to show you just how quickly our tool can work. At the beginning of this webinar, I told you I would be able to generate 2 databases for you, 2 full databases, in less than 20 minutes. And as you can see from your stopwatch that I'm sure you started at the beginning of this, we are nowhere near 20 minutes and we're already on list number 2. We've only gone in for 10 minutes so far, and the tool is generating our next list as we speak. So I'm going through to the subsequent pages of Google Maps results for marketing agencies in Brighton. And this is allowing me to capture absolutely every piece of data that's available within Google Maps. Now, you'll notice that I have gone in very far into the Google search results here, and you can see just how quickly our tool works. We've got 190 businesses selected. We've come to the end of the Google Maps results here. As you can see, the little arrow has been grayed out by Google. So we're going to stop at 190 businesses. And as you can see, it's a very extensive list of these businesses. So I'm going to go ahead and press Continue. And once again, we get that reminder to go through to the last page. Remember, this is the last page of Google, but the tool wants to remind you just in case. Remember as well, you can have the option to press Don't Show This Again in case you find this repetitive warning annoying. In my case, though, I like to keep it so that I can show with every list I generate that you can always be reminded at every step of the way to go ahead and get all the results you want. Pressing Continue anyway takes me once again through to the Employees tab. And this tab is where, like before, we're getting the details of employees from within the businesses we've selected. Scrolling down as before and using the Load More button is going to give me all the more data. The more you press Load More and the further you go into the Google Maps results, the more information you're going to get and the more complete your database will be. Remember, you need to have as much information as you can possibly scrape so that you can make sure that you're email campaigns and your general outreach is as successful as possible. Remember, for a lot of salespeople, it's a numbers game, but at the same time, GoPinLeads helps you to encourage your team and encourage your company to really embrace quality communication, quality interactions. And as we all know, those really do go all the further to make sure that you are successful. The more attention you pay to these people and the more accurate you are with the way you interact with them, the more likely you are to be successful. As you've been watching, I've been loading more and loading more, and you can see we're already up to 190 businesses and 122 employees. Pressing load more still further is going to make sure I'm not missing a thing. Like before, you can go ahead and press load more until you run out of the option to do so. When there is no more data to possibly gather, GoPinLeads will no longer show you the load more button, instead omitting it entirely, giving you the indication that it's time to press the finish button. As you can see, I'm going through this very quickly, and the tool is working in leaps and bounds to give me all the information that I need. Pressing select all again, you can see that I've got 190 businesses, 206 employees, and I'm going to go ahead and press the next button at this stage. Pressing finish is going to give me the reports tab. Now, this reports tab is really where everything happens, where all the magic comes together. By pressing create report, I can do what I did before and generate the report that I need. Pressing show report will open it into app.gopinleads.com as before, and that will make your report populate. Here's the report we did before for storage facilities near Bristol, UK. Remember that this list includes all contact details, and what that means for you is you get business name, email, free email addresses, phone numbers, and more. You get so much information. And then you get social media, address, location, websites, and this, bear in mind, is just the businesses tab. Going through to the employees tab will give you the first name, last name, business name, job title, email address where available, and LinkedIn details of these employees. If you do see an NA in the email field, never fear. This is a line of information you won't be charged for. There's an additional silver lining to this in that you can use LinkedIn to go ahead and contact these individuals. Remember that in certain areas, you have to make sure you have consent. This is in Canada with their CAN-SPAM laws, as well as in EU with GDPR. If you go through LinkedIn, you're GDPR compliant. By joining LinkedIn, they have given consent to be contacted. Go gently, don't annoy people, and please leave behind that old traditional doesn't really work anymore, and it seems to just annoy people. So go ahead and approach them in a more rational, human manner, and that'll give you a great deal more. So, on the other side of the spectrum, we've got the other list that has already been generated. Stop your stopwatches at this point. This has been 15 minutes, 2 full databases, hundreds of leads. That's your sales team can be. No more 6 months building and curating and fiddling around with lists. Also, you'll be very pleased to know that GoPin confirms that these are real addresses, so you don't need to go ahead and open a separate tool to access. You're welcome to, of course, but it's not necessary. We've done it. Here as well, this is a different type of lot before. Remember, when we searched for marketing agencies in Brighton in the we actually chose to receive just email addresses. So we got the business name and the business email in the businesses tab. When you pop through to the employees tab, you get a lot more information. You get the first name, last name, business name, and job title of the employees, as well as the email addresses where available. You'll be able to click through all the subsequent pages within your search as you go along and make sure that you are capturing all the results you wanted. Once again, if you see an NA, all that means is that there wasn't an email address publicly available. And this is a really good place for me to tell you that the reason for that is we only find information that people allow us to find. We're not hacker types. We never do anything that's not completely ethical. Here is that if the information isn't available, we want to show it. We will not break the law. We will not allow you to break the law, and we will not let you fall to the wayside in that manner. So if you see an NA, never fear, you have not been charged for that line of information. And how will you know, I hear you ask? Well, what you need to do is pop through to the email that you receive from us, and what you'll see there is something fairly magical. You'll see, hi there, this is a report generated with 119 business 5 employees. Scroll down, you get a list option. You can open this in GoPinLeads, goes through to this list that you're now familiar with. If you look further down within the email, you'll see that we've got a transparency policy we've just been talking about. After analyzing the data, some of your selection didn't produce quality contact information, funding you some credits. 71 leads didn't have email or this includes 18 businesses and 53 employees. Therefore, GoPinLeads is refund 1 credits. So the total credit charged was 123 credits for 194 leads, and you also got 53 extra emails for free. Where did you get those, Jeff? Well, if you pop through to your list that you generated, then you'll be here, the free emails, lists and lists, addresses of employees that are freely available that we've been able to scrape from Google, from social media, from the World Wide Web at large to get you as much success as you possibly can have. Now, let's have a look at the other list email that we received. Here you can see, I'm going to scroll straight down to the transparency policy again. 8 leads didn't have email or phone information. 189 businesses and 89 employees. Therefore, 278 credits. Remember, we can only find details that are freely available online that people have allowed others to discover. 1 lead was charged earlier, 1 business and 0 employees, so we're refunding you 1 credits. What this is talking, in a previous search, I have found one of the leads within my search. We don't charge you again and again and again for finding leads you've already found. So we refund you the credits for leads that we know you've already received. We charged 523 for 401 leads. You also got 89 extra emails for free. A hell of a lot of information. And if you scroll down further, the information you receive here is about the various tabs that are incorporated within your list. It's important because if you pop through to GoPinLeads again, you'll see a couple of new buttons here. View Google Sheets and download Excel. Pressing download Excel downloads an XLS file that you can open in Excel, upload to whatever email management system you want to use, and you can go ahead and use mail merge software in that way. Press View in Google Sheets if you would prefer to open your sheets. This allows you to go ahead and have a copy of it always on hand where the world. Now into GoPinLeads at any given time as well. You'll notice when your list loads through to Sheets that you'll have the View Only bar available there. To make that go away and open the list up to editing, press Make a Copy. Call this something that means something to you, and make sure that it's located on your drive. The GoPinLeads drive, where we keep your data safe and secure for you to refer back to in the future, and gives you a copy on your drive that you can play with and make any changes that you want to. You'll notice here the tabs referring to. Right at the bottom, cast your eyes below, you've got the leads and the leads with no names tab. The businesses tab adds your business name, address, phone number, Google Maps URL, website URL, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, email, domain metadata title, and domain metadata. This allows you to hone in on who you want to contact and when, and also allows you very, very comprehensive filtering. The Leads tab gives you all of the information of the employees within these businesses, and you can do these as well. The Leads tab gives you the same email addresses as in the first tab. We've just separated them so you can go ahead and action these a lot quicker. Bearing in mind that you can also conduct searches using the web app is going to allow you to also keep track of all the searches you've done previously. Reports gives you a full list of the reports you've ever done. It shows you what you searched for, where you searched for, and how many leads you received, the type of search you did, whether it was just emails or all contact details, the date of the search, and gives you these buttons to see the report right before its screen. If you press the map and our magnifying glass button, you'll be able to search leads in the same way that I've shown you how to do in the. I'll be focusing on this more next week, but I want to also encourage you to look at our previous webinars where I have done both and the web app at the same time. I'm leaving the web app search out this week because mine is to show you the speed at which the tool can change. So that brings me to the end of my presentation. Today, I want to thank you all for joining me. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start giving you some action form that you can get in touch with me if you need to. First thing I'm going to give you is address, which is jeff.a.com. So that you can pop me an email questions at any time. I'll go ahead and give you the contact information. Facebook communities are a great place to go, a little bit of assistance. So pop through to our Pro content, give you all the information to your prospecting and your processes are. Then we've also got a GoPinLeads Facebook group related to GoPinLeads and getting all the latest information and all the latest you want. So there you have it. GoPinLeads is going to allow you to boost your productivity to a degree that you've never before. Your sales team is a ton of time, a ton of money, and really your accuracy at the same time. My email address is in the comments. It's also on the screen now, and you can go ahead and contact me anytime you need to. Thank you for attending this week's webinar with me. I have enjoyed presenting to you, and I hope to see you all again in the future at another webinar. Cheerio.